Bubbles was summoned to a very fancy estate in town. She was allowed to take several people with her because some business about an upcoming party was going to be discussed. You're shown off to the estate, which turned out to be the estate of the Chancellor herself, Jennifer Dracklin, and learned that the entertainment she had originally arranged for her end of the month gala had some of them had become rock addicts, and some of the other members of the troupe had become injured as a result of of the rock addicts having a bad trip and attacking them. So that troupe is basically out of commission. Jennifer Tracklin spoke with Bubbles for the most part, but Blank and uh,
Tonka and Selmy.
Tonka and Selmy were all there too, listening in, and were given a small, basically a tour, not of the whole estate, of course, but basically of the main areas where the party was going to be taking place, and suggesting, okay, well, this outdoor area might be good for, like, we could put together a tightrope up there, like, showing places to stretch out. We can have the strongman performing out here. Inside, we can have some of the dancers and maybe musicians, all of that. And, so the job would be basically to perform various skill things and perhaps mingle with the party guests. He decided to take her up on that offer. It's not until the 18th, which is the end of the month, which is also 3 days away. And we'll pick back up again now that you're returning to the circus. At this point, Cotton's stomach and digestive tract are all nice and empty, and he's feeling a lot better.
Oh, good.
Flex has finished whatever Flex is doing. He seemed to have slept in. And Blank kind of just wanders in and curls up somewhere. What would you guys like to do?
I want to go find Selmy and tell her that I have been miserable over my own cooking and I don't want to risk that again. And I want to see if she wants to go with me to try and find Grace.
First I want to find out about Thundermorph. Is she back yet?
No, she's not back yet.
Um,
Should
can
she
we
be
go
back
look
yet?
for Grace?
You weren't given a timeline, but since she's being cured of something, and it's not like an instantaneous cure, then it stands to reason she might be gone a day or two.
Okay.
Okay, just the woman said overnight,
Yeah.
so I wasn't sure.
Okay.
And it's still technically morning, so it's
Okay.
Yeah, but
No,
we
sorry,
should.
go on.
I was gonna say we should invite the others, because at the very least, I'll need Flex to carry me.
Well, what do y'all think?
I mean, Bubbles is still trying to figure out how on earth she's gonna tie Cotton up so he doesn't come to the party because she doesn't trust him. And the nice dragon lady, I don't know if it was racism or attraction, but she was very clear that I was the one she trusted and I needed to vet everybody that we brought, and it was all on me. So I don't trust Cotton enough. I don't really trust Flex enough either, but everybody else talked him up, and I don't expect him to do anything malicious. I just expect him to be himself.
Did anybody explain to Flex that this was a dragon lady and there's like a party invite and stuff?
No, we haven't told you guys about it yet. Just Bubbles. Okay. So Bubbles is probably going to go along just for like damage control, because she knows Cotton's going to find out about this. She also at some point needs to like impress upon Flex how important it is not to break things while we're there.
Oh, well,
we also should not.
You're going to get a surprising answer as soon as you tell him it's got a dragon involved.
Yeah, you
So-
should not mention the dragon part to Flex.
Yeah, that sounds more like something I wouldn't have bothered to know.
Yeah, I don't know that he really told any of you guys about that portion. That he doesn't like
So-
dragons. I don't know. He's only been there a year, so he mostly just stays out of the way for stuff.
Yeah, so let's just. I mean, I guess so.
Well,
Does Cotton come up while we're all still together, and does Flex come up with him?
Yeah, I think Cotton's coming up at this moment. Flex, what about you?
Flex is probably taking care of a blank. Like he's probably
Okay.
like tucking him in, making sure he's like snuggy, you know, giving him a little toy birdie, like, you know, like
That
getting
is
him
so
snuggy in his
cute.
bed, and then he'll come out. Yeah.
So Cotton has come up first and is probably talking to Selmy, and by the time that Flex gets there, that's when the rest of you guys, I guess, are ready to discuss what's going on.
Yeah. So,
All right. Well,
So I want to find Grace. Anybody with me?
yeah, sure. What the hell?
sure, I'm happy to go find Grace Friend. Fluffy Friend does not cook as well as Grace Friend.
Truer word.
I tried my best.
I know you did very well, Fluffy Friend, but we need somebody better. Good try though. He pats Cotton on the head.
Does Cotton get driven
Just
2 feet into the ground?
mesmerize us into liking it.
I think before we leave the circus, we should go talk to Meryl and see if she can give us any leads.
Oh, good idea.
Or at least, which way did she go?
Where did he go, George? Where did he go?
She's probably in town right now, but it's been a little while since she left, so I mean, it's entirely possible she's left town, but I don't know.
We can go ask around at the bar if anybody has seen anybody that matches her description.
We could always find other friend. You know, if Grace Friend is gone, maybe find other friend who will cook.
True too. We could ask just if there's a cook who doesn't mind traveling who's looking for a
Right.
job.
Yeah.
I'm specifically looking for Grace because I feel like there's a storyline that we're missing with her.
Oh, absolutely. We're just really bad at those.
Selmy
Yeah.
really wants to
Like,
find
I
Grace.
mean, Grace seemed nice, but I mean, Flex just wants good food. He's, you know, it's important to him. So
Tonk, are you with us?
Yeah,
yeah.
Let me see. Is my sound okay? It is on. Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're all going to go try to talk to Meryl.
All right.
Knock, knock.
Yeah, Meryl is busy like coordinating some things. She's been talking to the clowns. She looks and sees you all. It's like, and she looks specifically over at Bubbles and says, "Okay, so are you doing the gala, or do you think it'll be too much?"
Wait, what gala?
Look, I was tasked with this. We were. I'm gonna get really uncomfortable and shifty because Cotton's here, but yes, we're doing the gala. She wanted more people. If you want to like shut down the circus and bring
Oh, no.
most of the people, you can get paid twice.
She holds up a hand. No. That will not be necessary. The clowns have been very eager to put on a special performance in honor of the Fury Moons at the end of the month. They have been talking to me about, well, before it would have been rather difficult to try to get people not to perform during the night, but if you are doing the gala that on the Fury Moons night, then they will have no competition and will be able to advertise for the special show on the 18th.
Oh, okay. Well, she didn't seem to think that 4 was enough.
They'll be able
We
to
mentioned
say,
flex
they'll
to her, so
probably-
that's 5. But is there?
You could probably take the
You
musicians.
think anybody else?
We take the musicians with
Okay.
you.
Pickle
So
said
this-
no, but
Well, you could say that
I'm sorry.
tentacles.
I'm still I'm a little confused. There's a gala going on, and you're trying to take people.
Yeah, the mayor's throwing a party, and her original people took some bad drugs because nobody pays attention to where they buy that shit anymore. Anyway, they took some bad drugs, and now they got that rock sickness, and so I guess they're gonna
Ooh.
die soon or something. And
Yeah,
yeah, she needs fill-ins.
Oh,
Right.
I can help.
yeah, it's 100. Okay, so I have to vouch for everybody, and I glare at him. She put me in charge, and I haven't seen you do any performances yet. So maybe more experienced performers only. And I turn to Flex and say it's 100 gold per person, but if she thinks we stole anything, and I'm gonna side eye Cotton,
Did you?
then you don't get paid.
Well,
By the way,
why would any friends steal things? Party
by,
sounds
Yeah,
fun.
that probably also counts towards breaking things, Flex. You'll need to be careful.
by the way, it would be well played with mentioning that I haven't done any performances yet.
Thank you.
But in character, did you say it was the chancellor that's throwing the party?
Kyle,
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
never mind. I'm gonna call back when I get home. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Are you okay?
I'm just tired and I haven't had food, but I'll be better in a minute.
Okay, take care of yourself.
Was I talking over her?
Everybody
I was.
was.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear
Sorry.
on the phone. I hope she's okay.
Did you say it was the chancellor that's doing this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just you just got to trust me. I know that you do not. I know her. I know who she is. I know what she is. You do not steal from her.
Yes, we're all honest people who don't steal from anybody.
No, I'm saying that even the people who would steal, people like that know that this person is not somebody you steal from.
Oh. Well, I guess that's good to know. We'll have to be extra careful about not breaking things.
I'll tell you what. It sounds like you still have a few days to make your decision, and I know that I haven't fully impressed you with my. I can tell that there's something off in our relationship. Why don't we go try to find Grace, and we can try to work this out later.
Sure. I mean, the only thing I've seen you perform so far is cooking, and we all know how that went. So if
Which
you
is
can
what I want
show
to
me
find Grace.
something else, uh, maybe we can talk if you show me something else. That sounds sexual, but it's not supposed to be.
Okay, so we're here with Meryl, and I'll turn to Meryl and I'll say, hey, we were wanting to go into town and see if we can try to find Grace because we know that she ran off. We were wondering if you might have any leads on like where we might start looking, anything you know that would help us try to find her.
If I knew where to find her, I would have gone looking for her already. Meryl sighs. I have no idea where Grace went. She just up and left. And that was a couple days ago. She could be anywhere by now.
Anybody else?
I have a metagame thing, but it's not something Bubbles actually knows.
Okay. Is there something that you could roll that would help Bubbles know?
No, it's something that came up in conversation between Grace and Selmy when Selmy drugged her and scared her off. So
Maybe
I guess
something
Selmy
Sylvie would
could.
know.
I might have been there when they were talking about that, but I think I wasn't quite clear on if I was actually around to hear it or not.
I don't remember.
Selmy remembers.
Do you remember the name of her wizard friend who set her up?
Javik.
You want to share that with the party?
I mean, I hadn't been planning on it because, like, just metagaming here, you all seemed interested in it only for the cooking. Selmy wanted to get that info out of her. She wanted to hear the rest of who this fucking Javik is. She's pissed.
I
Nobody
was just thinking,
like hurt the circus.
I was just thinking we could look, we could ask around about him too. That he might be a lead. I know, like, he sent her to us in a different town, but yeah.
Well,
do we want to just go wander around?
I was gonna say, if we go with my idea that I was having earlier, where I said we could go ask around in the taverns.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also ask around in the taverns for Javik.
Who's Javik?
That's the name she gave. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down somewhere.
Sorry, no, you're right. I was just, that was in character.
Javik. Yeah, that's what I wrote
Bubbles
down.
never heard it. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with looking for Grace and/or a better cook.
All right, so we'll head into town and we'll assume Flex is with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she said Flex would be going there.
All right, let's go to town.
All right.
All right.
Everyone
This is a lot of walking.
Blake is heading back to town.
We're getting our exercise today without even performing yet.
I think we're aiming for the bars.
Do you have an idea of which bars you would like to go visit?
Probably the one we know first.
All right, that little out-of-the-way place in the shopping district.
I mean, I assume Selmy's leading, so if she has a different idea, that's fine. So, Selmy?
Who dropped out?
Technical issues, maybe.
Yeah.
Selmy is muted.
Because she's back. She's the one who dropped out and joined back in just now.
Oh.
Hello.
I was trying to unmute myself and I accidentally did that. There we go. That's the screen I'm looking for. Yeah, no, that's the only bar Selmy knows, so that's where she would go first.
All right.
Okay.
Since you get down to the shop board, you head over to the Bloodwine Tavern and discover that it is not open at this time of day.
What time of day is it?
It is midday.
Is this the kind of place where we can assume that the owner lives above it? Like, is that something that is culturally normal enough that we could try going and knocking?
Usually a cultural norm, yeah.
So is there an apartment?
I don't want to bug somebody when they're like sleeping now.
She's not sleeping. She's just not working.
Maybe this is when she catches up on her sleep.
Well, if it's midday and the bar, I'm assuming, opens early evening, late afternoon.
Well, yeah. Are there hours posted? Is that something they do here?
No, there's no hours posted on this one.
Do we have any idea what the hours, like what normal bar hours are? Would it be open?
I assume they open probably around dinner time.
I mean, it varies by bar, but also if they're a tavern, they could serve lunch. It was fair to see.
Right, but it's midday and they're not open, so they're not serving lunch.
Yeah, they're not open. No, I know. I just
So I would say that they'd be open by 5, probably at the latest. But that would mean that she's probably upstairs, getting stuff ready, and doing whatever task she needs to do before she opens.
All right, I'll turn to Cotton and say, well, you've been here for a while, you say, scoping out stuff for your Duke. Do you have any underworld connections? Any idea where we might go, like where somebody might go if they were leaving, or if there's like job boards? Maybe Grace is looking for a different job and we can find her there. Like, do you have any ideas of where to look?
Has world connections.
Or local
Find
taverns?
upstanding man.
I mean, I didn't say he wasn't. I just said he's been scoping out a thief. So he had to learn about him and study that stuff.
I know somebody I could try to talk to. I'd be more comfortable if I could go into his establishment on my own, or maybe with one person with me instead of like everybody walking in.
Why don't you go with him, since you're the one that seems to think he's up to no good?
Bubbles,
I just said that we don't know him.
I would be happy to have you join me, Bubbles.
Okay, I will go with him. What are you guys gonna do then?
Well, I guess
Are you
we
gonna wait
have to.
outside, or
No, do we know the way to the market district?
That's where you're in now. You're in the shop ward.
isn't that the market district?
Yeah, you're in the shop ward.
Oh,
you're standing in front of the
I guess we
Bloodwine Tavern. That means you're in the shop ward.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take Bubbles to see Gibralt.
All right. So you head on nearby to a jewelry store that's called Sparkly Stones, and it seems to have a few people inside.
I'll go in and I'll ask for my buddy.
Gibralt is currently standing behind the counter, currently in the middle of a transaction with what looks like a high elf.
Well, I won't interrupt.
And all around,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
look around the shop and try to get a sense of the place. Do I need a perception for that?
You can give me a perception. What you're seeing at the moment are basically various jewels and jewelry, like sparkly rings, necklaces, armbands, just little sparkly jewels here and there.
All right, I'm gonna look at their
And the man behind
armbands
the man behind the counter is clearly a dwarf. Kind of gives Cotton a smile as Cotton looks around and the elf woman departs with her purchase. Back to see me again already, Cotton.
Yes, Gibralt. Hey, we're looking for somebody. We were hoping you could help us find him.
Oh, who might you be looking for?
Well, I was more saying them, THAM.
Oh, sorry, I heard him. Never mind, them is fine.
We're looking for. Her name is Grace, and she was with the circus. She used to be the cook for the circus. This is my companion Bubbles. She's also with the circus.
Bring me circus.
And Bubbles is going to frown when he describes her as a companion.
Bubbles, this is Gibralt, Feldspar.
Nice to meet you. I'm going to endeavor to look like I'm not a companion.
Okay.
All right.
I'm taking that as code for lover, and she's not okay with it.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, you did notice a little bit of the dwarf's eyes, like checking you out when he said that.
Yeah,
that was not my intention. I was just trying not to say the word friend.
I was just trying. I'm gonna
Associate.
specifically endeavor not to look like I'm slumming. Let's put it that way. Like he should look at me because I'm pretty, but he should know better than to think I'd get with that.
So we were looking for. She used to be the cook at the circus, and she kind of disappeared on us. And we think she came into town. Bubbles, was there anything you could tell him that would might help him identify her?
Yeah, her name is Grace, and Grizz can describe her because I would know,
Yeah.
but I don't. I the character don't remember.
Yeah, it's like you get a description of Grace and
Or
kind of
sorry, I the player. Sorry, don't remember.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's cool. I knew what you meant. So he kind of nods and says, "Well, I haven't seen anybody like that here." You
I'm
know,
sorry,
what?
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
he said he
Yeah,
didn't
you
see
cut out.
anybody. He didn't see anybody like that there.
Does he know where we could look?
He's about to say, but you keep interrupting. Sorry.
Sorry.
He continues on with, have you tried looking, talking to the PI down in the low end, a place called Finding Truth? She might be able to help.
I give him a gold piece for. I give him a gold piece for helping out.
Kind of grins and I always appreciate your business, Cotton.
And I need to find my character sheet so I can fix that.
A gold piece is a lot of money, right?
It can be.
Would Bubbles find it suspicious that Cotton's just flashing around that kind of money for basically, a 3-minute conversation with somebody?
If you find her suspicious, then your character probably finds her suspicious.
I felt like a silver
that's what
would be. I felt like a silver would be too cheap.
I mean, I go with the copper is a dollar sort of system when it comes to the pay in this world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we just gave him $100.
Can I take it back and say it was a silver?
Okay.
Sure, if that's what you want to do.
Damn, I was finally gonna have some proof.
But he tips well.
Well, I mean, $100 for a 3-minute conversation. Like, where the fuck is he getting that money?
Well, if you compare it, also each of you are going to be paid 10,000 for showing up to a gala.
Yeah, but this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
But I was thinking like she's like of the ultra mega rich, which is the equivalent of a billion, possibly trillionaire. So they're like 10,000.
And it's a last minute gig.
Last minute, yeah, that seems reasonable enough. Like this is the sort that doesn't care if they're spending lots of money on something.
So out of character, I felt like I was also like paying him for our continued just sort of building our continued relationship, and also kind of paying him to keep his mouth shut about anything I don't want him to talk about.
Yeah, and he's cool with that.
Yeah. I assumed that. That's why I was hoping I would notice how much you gave. Oh, well. $10 is less suspicious. It's still weird to me as a player, but but it makes sense for your character.
I rolled a perception when we walked in, and I got a natural 20. Was there anything that I got?
You don't see anything different from the last time you were in here.
Okay.
No shady people, nobody watching you. Beyond the obvious. But I mean, there's nobody casing the joint, nobody keeping an eye on the place, nothing like that. So it's all good.
All right. Well, Bubbles, did you want to do anything else here? Or would you like to go check out that PI?
The PI's good. We should get the others.
All right, let's go find them.
They were doing that. Selmy wants to go to like an alchemy shop or a place where she might get recipes.
All right, so you basically wandered off when they went into the stone store. Is that what I'm hearing? I just want to make sure.
Are you taking Tonka and Flex with you?
First. Yeah, I'm taking the other guys with me.
Okay, cool. That's what
if they want to come. I mean, I'm definitely taking Flex, but Tonka can do what she wants.
All right, so you would know that you'd have to go over to the magic ward in order to find
Oh, damn, never
any of
mind.
that.
I thought that was something I could get here.
No, the shop ward basically has everything that's not magical.
So not
How far,
even.
how far
Oh,
away
no,
is
I
the
guess
magic ward?
everything.
Are they neighboring?
Yeah, the magic ward is nearby. Yeah.
I rolled on that check to know how to follow the magic trail.
But again, the only question is, are you leaving them behind? This is basically they're neighboring, but in the same, but they're like blocks away. They're not in the same general area as each other. So
Well,
the time
this
that
is. I mean,
so
As
the
long as
ma-
she, as long as
So-
she tells us where she's going, we can come find her.
yeah. What
Yeah.
I mean by that is the time that it would take to walk to the neighboring district is the same amount of time that Cotton and Bubbles were in there. I'm just saying is if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, and I'll play it that way. I'm just making sure that you.
no,
you're aware of
if
that.
it's something I have to go far away for, then I will
Yeah.
wait. I'll just flex wrangle while they're in there.
Yeah.
Tringle.
Thank God somebody's doing it. I love that guy, but the guard was not impressed the last time that he was in the city.
Yeah, you got to be careful around those fin heads.
Yeah, the guy seemed kind of rude. I
That
didn't really
doesn't.
like the way he was talking
There's
about that.
there's a lot of people in this city you don't want to upset.
That's true of every city. I mean, we're carnies. We're always the bad guys.
All right, so we'll come out of the shop. We'll find the other guys just standing there, and we'll say, "Hey, there's a PI that we should go check out."
Okay.
Tonka?
Yeah, I'll join you guys.
Okay.
And I've already forgotten everything you said about the PI.
He's in the lower wards.
She's female. That's literally all I got.
Divine truth or something or other.
It was
To
a place.
finding truth or something?
Yeah, it was a place in the low end called Finding Truth.
You know, we probably should have asked the shopkeeper for directions.
Oh, well, I'd assume that they kind of gave you directions as part of
Oh,
that.
that's good.
It's just assuming Cotton knew his way around.
Well, I'm just gonna assume that's what the $10 were for then. Was for the directions.
All right, well, let's go to the lower ward and find this PI.
Yep. Do you know how to get to the lower ward? Do any of us know how that?
We got
Where did
directions
that
from Gibralt.
Oh, I was assuming the directions were once we were in the lower ward. You're right. Sorry.
All right. So you leave the shop ward district and start finding yourself in a less reputable part of town. The shop ward district is like Times Square, and this is more like that kind of closer to that random back alley in a part of New York City you might not really want to be in, at least not at night. Thankfully, it's midday, so
Queens.
it's okay.
Are we on Skid Row?
But there are some shops down here. You even see a dive bar where somebody's already being thrown out. And you see a little shop that has like a magnifying glass indicator on it with the words "Finding Truth" etched underneath.
Let's go in there.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a bit of a smaller place than like the shops surrounding it. I mean, because it's not exactly a shop, but a business where you got basically just a sitting room out front. A little bell tingles as you open the door, and a a kind of a figure just kind of straightens up from behind a desk. Now, this sort of figure is of a species that it's probable none of you characters have seen before. You may have heard stories about them, but they are very rare in this part of the world. What you have before you is a bug person of sorts. Uh, their carapace is yellow and what looks to be covered in scratch marks and just all sorts of scarring, like all sorts of former damage along it. Their antennae just kind of wave in the air for a moment as they stand, and you hear in your heads, "Oh, welcome. I guess you're looking for something or someone. What can I do to help? Uh, the name's Roka, by the way.
Can you say that name again?
Yeah.
Roka.
Can you type it in
Can
the
you
chat?
write it in the
I
chat?
Yeah. Roka, okay. Oops. Okay, so we'll tell her. We'll tell. Is it a her?
That's what you were
Mhm.
told.
Okay.
When it comes to this sort of being, you have no idea. It's even
All
less
right.
obvious than the Bubbles, who you pretty much are. Well, you know Bubbles to be feeble because they've introduced herself. She's introduced herself as what? This blank. That's why you have no idea with blank either.
Gotcha.
Hum-
So
Mammals have,
we'll
have
tell
good sexual dimorphism. Other species not so much.
we'll tell Roka we're looking for Grace. We'll give her all the information that we remember about Grace.
And why do you want this person found?
Well, she
You see the detective just kind of like shuffling some paperwork around on her desk and getting like a clean piece and what appears to be the equivalent of a clipboard and like starting to take some notes on there.
she was the cook for the circus, and we I desperately need the previous cook back. And I feel like there may be some other reasons that we need her, but that's my reason.
All right. Do you know the last place that you saw her?
Last place I remember seeing her was at the circus.
Yes, tell me, did you even meet Grace, Kyle?
Yeah, I think I had a meal.
Okay. Yeah, tell me. I know I sent you off to check on her the night before she disappeared.
Yeah, she was very stressed out, so I gave her a minor sleeping potion, and when we woke up in the morning, she was gone.
The bug person in front of you's mandibles clack together violently, and while you don't get words from that, you get kind of this sensation of that could explain things. Sort of as if this person is like coming to a conclusion about you all.
Hey, you think I did it maliciously? I'm the circus doctor.
All right then. Uh, any reason other than that, perhaps, that they might have left?
Because that
Honestly, I barely knew
backstabbing
her.
bitch put some crystals in our freaking tent on the orders of a wizard named Javik.
This
Wait,
is.
what? That was Bubbles.
Yeah, yeah, I picked up on that.
That's what she told me when I gave her the sleeping potion. She was spilling some truth I don't think she meant to.
Have you
And that's what she said.
Have you considered reporting this to the guards?
No.
I'm only just
You
now
know,
learning this part.
It didn't occur to me because everybody seems to be freaking out about this rock stuff, and I think those crystals were somehow connected, and I didn't want them to make the wrong kind of assumptions.
Okay. She start to writing down some more notes on that. So, you think that she's here in town, or do you think that she's left town?
Kind of hoping she's here in town. I need more information about this Javik guy.
Did Grace ever talk to any of us about like where she grew up or anything that would give us an idea of like where she would go back to?
How
Roll a
long has it
history
been
check.
since we last saw her?
It's been a few days. Let me look
A
up.
couple days, yeah. But yeah, she was with the circus for several months, and we've all been there. So is there a chance we would know anything about her?
Roll a history check.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it should really be a self-involvement check, but oh, okay. Apparently, I actually listened to something.
Alright. The last time you remember seeing Grace was on the 12th. It is now the 15th.
Okay. But any info about her that like where she's from or what she's in, what she likes to do or anything like that I would have gotten to know over months of working with her?
Well, you know that she was, pretty fond of cooking, that she liked being out in nature. She wasn't overly fond of the big cities. She really liked being able to scrounge for her own, herbs and roots while on the trail. Like, out on the road, you know, heading out whenever you guys were like camping, between destinations. She'd be, heading out to get like herbs and spices and like small game and stuff like that to add to the
So
meals.
maybe we need to get out of the city.
Well,
We just
I'll convey this
absolutely
to the
murdered her
PI.
history check. So I want to ask if I
Yeah.
could have perceived anything by her style of cooking or her recipes as to where she was from.
Ooh.
That's what I want to do with my nat 20.
All right, let's see. With that style of cooking, you're pretty sure she's from somewhere in the north. Basically from the same country that Bubbles is from. There are a bunch of different regional dishes up there, but you think that she's probably from one of the northern states.
Okay, so I want to tell the PI, now that I think about it, she had a very northern style of cooking. I think she was from one of the northern states. If that helps any.
It might. And you mentioned a Javik?
Yeah, when she was dozing off after I gave her that medicine, she mentioned that Javik told her to put the crystals in our caravan for someone to find, and that he said nothing bad would happen, but something very bad did happen.
And this is why you're not going
Or face.
to the guards with this information?
So, one of the bad things that happened was that our friend here, cover your ears, you probably don't want to remember this, she got an infection in her face that very much resembled a later stage of this rock drug addiction that everybody's talking about. And I think that those crystals and this rock drug are somehow connected. But I didn't want to tell guards that because apparently everybody's super freaked out about this shit.
And they might
and I
make
did
the
it,
wrong
and
assumptions.
I got it saving someone. I'm not a drug addict. My body is a temple, and everybody needs to worship it. They can't think there's something wrong with it.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
nice.
She just touched the monster. That's it. She
it.
bit the monster. As an attack, she was attacking the monster who was trying to steal off with our circus director to some kind of freaking mirror dimension. And, she saved us when she bit that monster. And the blood infected her, I think. And I happened to pick one of the crystals off of it. I was able to cut one of the crystals off with my dagger, and as soon as that thing left, it turned to dust. It's the craziest thing. But anyway, I think they're connected. I may have said that.
Huh. Have you spoken to mages about this? There's the Obsidian Hall.
We spoke to the healer at the Grand Cathedral. She fixed my face, and she said that my crystals were a different color from normal rock stuff.
So what you're saying is this job would be potentially difficult, possibly related to the current drug crisis that's happening.
We hadn't considered talking to the mages, but that sounds like a good next step.
Well, do we have any hair or anything that they could use to track Grace?
I wasn't talking about cracking Grace. I'm talking about that sounds like something to tell them, the college, the Obsidian Hall about. They might want to know about this, these the way that you describe the crystals rather than the drug crisis that people are talking about.
Then they might not let us have Grace back, and we need a cook.
What does that have to do with Grace?
She was our cook.
If we can find Javik,
you see that the bug person's antennae are just vibrating as if with frustration. I will put out some feelers to look for Grace, assuming that you pay my fee.
What is your fee?
The fee for a week worth of work, I will start with a base rate of 1 gold.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Cut out.
cut out.
One gold as a base rate for the week, along with various expenses if there's traveling involved, if I have to stay overnight somewhere, any of that, or if I will contact.
I'll take care of that. I'll go ahead and give you 2 gold.
All right.
One to cover that fee, and then 1 for any expenses you might occur, and then we'll cover anything else beyond that.
Okay.
Okay, Bubbles is back to being suspicious.
I am trying to be helpful.
And I appreciate it.
Not
But why are you so rich?
Selmy's pretty rich too, so she's not all that suspicious by the amount of gold he's throwing down.
I'm bad with money,
Plus,
so I just don't pay attention to it.
don't we get paid like 10 something gold or a month?
I know I wrote that down somewhere. Hold on.
Well, that's 20% of our monthly salary that he just threw around. So
Yeah, but we're
I stand by my assessment.
Really.
I am the representative of a noble.
Okay, fair.
That's true too. He did tell us that. Nobles have money.
Yeah, actually, given my background, maybe I wouldn't find it weird.
Maybe you'd find it weird for a plug to have that much money.
Yeah. But if he's well, but this isn't related to the noble, so you can't really dip into the noble's coffers because the noble will get pissy about that. And nobles are notorious for not paying well, so
I
could have sworn I mentioned somewhere how much it was. I thought it was like 100 gold per month.
Oh, that's a lot. I
Oh.
thought it was that much. I thought 12 springs to mind, but I can't remember where I wrote it down.
I remember getting paid every 2 weeks, but I don't remember how much.
I can't find my notes from June because they were on a different app. Whoops.
The only note I took was about my face because Bubbles has priorities. So uh,
Yeah, and I thought I had
I should
I
probably
had it
start doing
written.
that.
I thought I had it written down in the section that dealt with the circus itself, and it wasn't there. So, but I'm pretty sure it was like 100 gold per month. Because I was again.
Oh, then that's less weird.
Oh, sorry, not 100 gold a month. It would be 10 gold a month because that's 1,000. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is 1,000, and which means that the chancellor is offering you basically a year's wages for 1 day of work, or half a year's. Yeah, because a year is 20 months. So 1 month is if 1 month is 10, then 10 months it is 100. So wait, yeah, yeah,
That's right.
half a year's worth work for that because
All
he's
right, so
offering 100 gold per person.
I've paid up the PI, and we've got a lead to go see some mages. And Bubbles remembered that she likes to be out in nature.
Yes, and I told the PI that. I'm also going to ask the PI if you can't find Grace, can you recommend is there an employment agency or anything where we could hire a new cook?
Hmm.
A new traveling cook, to be clear.
Well,
Yes.
I
Yes,
imagine
someone who will be willing to come with the circus.
I imagine that if you put out a sign in front of your circus saying "Looking for a chef, must be willing to travel," you could probably hire somebody.
Right. We should have thought of that.
I'm pretty sure Meryl might have. I mean,
Yeah.
Meryl seems
I
like
mean,
brains the operation.
it would be more up Meryl's alley to do the hiring,
That's
Yeah.
true.
but
But
we
she
could
hired
definitely
me, so can we really trust
find
her?
and vet. We could find and vet a prospect and present them to Meryl.
Yeah.
Would be probably a nice idea since she's been running the circus all by herself.
While we're in town, we should check on Fundlemorph too.
That's true. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, but
Do we want to go talk to the mages though? Do we want to
I
tell them
do.
about
Well,
us?
Selby does.
Okay.
Selmy
Okay.
wants to go talk to the mages. And she wants to go by way of whatever alchemy shop that she wants to go on the way, or to the alchemy shop on the way.
So I have a suggestion. How about Selmy and I go that route, and the rest of y'all go check on Fundlemorph?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Bubbles is cool with that. Do we know how to find the cathedral from here?
Yes, you do. That would be since that's over
It's
in
the big
an old,
building that towers over everything.
that one's over.
Oh, that too.
That one's over in an old town. So that's easy enough to find. And the rest of you are heading over to the magic ward.
Yeah.
Just me and Cotton are.
Okay, just Selmy and Cotton are going to the magic ward.
Well,
Where
we
do
don't
we
know
want-
where Flex is going.
Yeah, which group do we want Flex in?
I imagine Flex is tagging
I-
along with Bubbles and Tonka.
Okay.
Hopefully Queen's okay.
I would love to see Flex with the mages, but since Beth is
Yeah, that's
here,
one of the.
Yeah,
you have to be
she's
in
not here to
character for
roleplay it
that.
herself.
All right, which group's going first?
All right. How about we do a roll off? Bubbles and Selmy, give me a 1d20 each.
Oh, I did that wrong. What
Yeah.
did I do wrong?
I don't know.
The R
D20.
needs to go after the slash.
Sorry, what?
It's slash R, not R slash.
Oh, okay. So close. I was so proud of myself. There we
Alright.
go.
So somebody gets to pick. Do you want to go first? Do you want to go second?
Second.
All right. Bubbles, Tonka, and Flex head to the Grand Cathedral, finding yourself once more in Old Town. Where there are other buildings besides the cathedral in this area, but the cathedral seems to be your main. What?
Wait. Flex nearly got us in trouble at the cathedral yesterday, right? So, can Bubbles maybe make a concerted effort to get them to take Flex to the Mage College instead?
Okay, that's a good point. Flex should go with the mages.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So Bubbles and Tonka go head into Old Town.
They definitely like us because we performed really well.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
seducing the
yeah. We
statues and all
super.
that.
Yeah, we were super classy. They love
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, you make it towards the building, and you notice the acolyte, the dragonling acolyte once again, seemingly sweeping the inside of the foyer. And as soon as they see you, they're like set up at attention and like put the brush like flat down as if they're like holding onto a weapon, and just kind of like stare at you and go, "What are you two doing back here?"
We're checking on our boss. We wanted to make sure she's okay.
The dwarf, she is resting comfortably. She should be She should be heading back home by the evening.
Can we see her?
That would involve letting you in, and I'm not very fond of letting you in right now.
Okay, what do I have to roll to get him to let us in?
Persuasion.
Okay. Sanka, you'd better roll too, because I roll like crap.
Trying to find her.
Oh, never mind.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're going in.
Yeah, the dragonling just kind of lets out a long, exasperated sigh and steps aside. Apparently, he really didn't have he or she didn't really have authority to deny you entry. They were just trying to be as intimidating as possible to try to keep you guys from back in and causing more trouble.
Look, we respected your rules. As soon as you told us not to dry hump the statues or climb on them, we stopped. I
God.
don't see what the problem is.
Where I come from, it's a sign of respect. I was just trying to
Yeah.
respect your.
I'm so glad
cathedral.
Cotton was not there for that.
Bubbles, you hear the dragonling muttering in Draconic, going, such disrespectful. They seem to be mumbling that eventually it's just so quietly that it's even you can't pick up their words anymore. But you just basically were hearing them insult you in Draconic after calling you disrespectful. But it was soft, as if
Man,
they
I
forgot
wanna-
that you also speak Draconic because, you know.
Yeah, I want to like use a biting like saying, but I can't think of one in English. So I can't think of what it would be I like people in glass houses, but more relevant to this situation. I guess I'll just glare and pretend I don't hear him.
So he takes you back to the statue hall and gestures at the benches.
Fond memories.
Especially if you're a
Sit.
god statue.
Sit, and I will go fetch her.
Sit.
All right, I'll sit. So touchy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna balance on the back of one of the benches because
Oh, God.
He heads
Just
up,
go off.
and you need to roll me an acrobatics.
Let's see.
I'm really enjoying this.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's gonna start showing off, and I have to start showing off.
Oh,
So,
God.
You're balancing perfectly. This
Yeah,
is in
don't
fact very
listen.
comfortable.
oh, Bubbles tried to dance, but she was distracted by her jealousy of Tonka. So she
Yeah,
just sort of like,
you're just kind of looking, and then you're just doing a weird like shepherd shuffle sort of thing,
yeah, just starts swaying in the middle of the room and like almost pretending I'm
glaring,
dancing.
yeah, and glaring at Tonka, who is like perfectly poised on the back of that chair, as if in a Zen calm state.
so wrong.
Uh,
Actually, I'm going to turn my back and pretend to be studying the gods very, very seriously.
So
all right.
pious.
Any gods?
Yes, I already made friends with them.
Any god in particular you're trying to look at?
Whichever one is directly across from her, so I have my back completely turned towards her.
That technically could be any god. I mean, are you just looking for the sake of looking, or do you want to have any information about about the gods?
Yeah, I'm mostly looking to not be looking at her. It's
Gotcha.
not really about the gods.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
I'm probably not paying attention. Fair enough.
After a few minutes go by, uh, the man comes back with a bit confused looking Fundlemorph. She just kind of looking at you. Oh, Bubbles and Tonka. You're a bit early.
They didn't give us a time, so we just
Yeah.
wanted to come check on you and see how you're doing. Is everything
Well,
going okay?
yeah, I was just in meditation and in rest and relaxation.
Oh,
I'm
oops.
doing a lot better.
Okay, well, when would you like us to come get you?
Well, I know how to get back to the circus. You don't need to come get me. She just kind
Oh,
of gives
okay,
you a
well, you said
strange
we were
look.
early, so.
Well, because
Well, we just wanted to make sure you were okay, that they
still
hadn't
have
locked you
some.
in any dungeons or
No,
anything like that.
why would they lock me in a dungeon?
Because they threatened to yesterday.
She kind of shakes her head.
When
I think you misunderstood them.
okay, and I eye the dragonling.
You should try to ask questions about what happened with her.
Dragonling just has her
Yeah,
arms
but I'm
folded and is
Bubbles,
glaring.
not sell me.
All right.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, I mean, I'm
disrupting this
interested, but I'm
woman's
not.
treatment. Are you going to let her treatment go to waste, or are you going to leave now?
We'll leave. Sorry, God, some people are
Very
so
rude.
touchy.
Yeah.
We just like we care about her. I mean, you're healers. You think you
You
would
see
understand people who care about
you see
their
Fender more
friends.
smiling, but you notice that the Dragonling is just staring at Tonka when they've been saying
So
this.
I'm just really zen right now. Like I'm just gonna either pretend or actually not notice.
And Fuddlemuff goes, "You really don't need to worry. You brought me here to get me healed, and they're they they're working on it. It'll be okay."
Well, you seemed really sick and out of it, and again, there were threats of a dungeon, so we just wanted to come check on you since we were in town anyway.
They were just
But
concerned I
I'm
might
glad
have
it's working, and we'll see you later.
they were just concerned I might have been possessed. Okay, I'm fine. I just they just need to let me relax for some more time. I hadn't been sleeping well.
Okay, sorry, boss. We just wanted to be able to tell your sister you're okay. We'll go home.
She nods. Yeah, do tell Meryl that. I'm fine.
Okay, should we tell her when to expect you? And I eye
Depends
the
when treatment
dragonling again.
finishes. Either tonight or tomorrow morning.
All right, we'll let her know. Come on, Tonka. We're not appreciated here.
I'll like offendedly but zenly follow without looking at the dragonlings.
Meanwhile, at the junction between the Magic Ward and the Center of the Learned, there is a large, a large collegey looking building made of black stone called the Obsidian Hall.
I
That
think before
has.
we got there, she was going to stop at the shops, the magic shops.
All right.
That's true.
Well, the
New recipes.
You were looking for the alchemy shop in particular, though, correct?
Yeah, wherever I could get new recipes.
Because the herbalist shop is there directly in the magic ward. However, the alchemy shop in particular is actually inside the college.
Oh. Well, let's go into college then.
All
I
right.
want to fill up my recipe book. Also, find out about Javik.
All right. You see a rather large entry area with the occasional student in robes wandering through with books clutched under an arm. There is what appears to be a reception desk, and a half-elf woman sitting behind it, blonde with short hair. She smiles as you approach. Hey, how are you? You don't look like students. What can I do for you?
Tell me.
I saw your thing going off. I thought you were trying to talk. It was recommended to us by a PI that we come talk to your mages or your college, as we have some information about this rock drug that's going around. And also, I wanted to avail myself of your alchemy shop.
Why would we want to know about the rock drug? She kind of gives you a look. Very concerned look at this point.
I suspect that it has an extraplanar origin.
Well, the headmaster might be interested in that. Kind of thinks for a moment. I can set you up an appointment with him. She kind of like starts flipping through a calendar.
I will put out 2 gold and ask if it can be expedited.
She kind of looks at the gold as she's flipping through the calendar. Well, and she kind of like pushes the gold away. I'm afraid he is busy till tomorrow. I can set you up an appointment for noon tomorrow if that's okay.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we have anything. We still got a couple days before that performance, right?
Yeah, the performance is at the end of the week. Sorry, it's in 3 days. Tomorrow is the 16th. The performance is on the 18th.
Tomorrow afternoon would be lovely.
Do we have regular circus performances like every night, or how often?
Yeah, every night.
It should be every night, yeah.
Okay. And did you say the 18th is the end of the month?
Yes.
And is that when the circus is leaving? Is that when the circus is leaving?
No. The circus stays for a full month. It didn't get here till a few days ago. So it'll leave at the end of it'll leave next month on the same date.
Which is?
I have to look that up again. I believe it would be the 13th.
Okay, so a little bit away. About 2 weeks ish.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yes, I'll go ahead and take that appointment.
All right.
What? Lizzie, what are you doing?
Oh,
Did you?
I was joking about what it looked like from the secretary's point of view.
Oh,
So it seems like our in-town activities are about dried up.
no,
No,
I
Selma's
want
still
to
looking for goods.
go to the alchemy shop.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right.
And I was going to ask Tonka
Mom,
if we were going to go try to find them or go back to the circus.
That depends on
well,
if we
you
want
need to
to.
be able to follow the magic path to get here, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well,
we
I
don't
guess.
know that.
okay, but Bubbles remembers that Grace likes to be out in nature, so you might kind of take the long way back to the circus and kind of just between town and the circus look for signs.
Um, there is no between town and the circus. The circus
Oh,
is literally on the outskirts of town.
okay.
It's like you got town and you got the city and you got the various levels of walls, you got the various buildings, and right past the
Yeah.
last of the buildings is the big open field that the circus is set up shop in.
And then we wouldn't know in which direction to go to look in the wilderness.
Yeah, well, Tonka and I probably both want to get pretty before the performance, so we can just head back if she's cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty poor, so I don't know if I have the money to go shopping.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about the shopping part, but yeah, well, Bubbles is just sick of seeing Tonka be better than her, so she'd like to go back and take a break and buff her scales and
Well,
not have to
we
look at
both think it's
Tonka's
important to
smug
get good,
face.
so
Yeah,
I'll be
so
up for
yeah,
that.
okay, we can go out.
I'm gonna ask the secretary lady for directions to the alchemy shop.
The secretary actually points at a. You know how like colleges have like the bookstore and whatnot near like in one of the big entry hall sort of places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that instead it's replaced with a student alchemy shop.
Awesome.
So she gestures you off there.
Okay, I want to go there.
You head in. You see a couple of students, kind of like looking at the various packages of materials, and you see what appears to be two more students manning a counter.
Do I need to roll a perception to see what all I see on the shelves?
Just imagine various spell components.
What about books?
There's a handful of books up near the counter.
I want to go and see what books are up there near the counter. I want to go read their titles.
They appear to be the sort of books that you might expect from a. I'm hearing a lot of background noise.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll mute.
Uh, a lot of terms that you would find like in a school type setting. Because I mean, you are in a college, so you have like beginning potions, fundamentals of alchemy, uh, various things like that. And one that appears to be like a field guide to alchemy resources.
Okay, how much is that one? Do they got like price tags on them?
All right. Let's see here. Give me 1 minute to think about this. So yeah. Because I know how much books cost in D&D, and those are ridiculous prices. But so I'm going, but a lot of places don't have the ability to mass produce books the way that we can in the real world. So that means books are cost a bit more than they normally would in our world, and these are textbooks. You turn them over and discover each of these books costs 2 gold to buy. They are rather
Okay,
expensive.
I'm definitely grabbing that one to take to the counter. What about the potions one? Can I like just casually flip through to see if there's any recipes in there that I don't know yet?
All right. You start flipping through the book. One of the counter attendants is just kind of like looking up and staring at you and going, miss?
You know what?
Miss?
Got new information. I'm gonna buy it.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, don't worry. I'm just checking to see if there's anything in here I don't know yet. I'm gonna buy it.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh, I gotta find my character sheet again.
You can just flip through and be careful in case you don't want to buy it.
Okay, I'm gonna be absolutely careful. So, do I notice anything in there that would be worth my time?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oof.
Some of this stuff looks a bit over your level. Unless you're looking at the potions for newbies, at which point, some of the fundamentals here are stuff that you already know if you've taught yourself over the years, and you're not certain if there's anything new on that.
Okay, well. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna buy all three. Just in case.
Alright. That'll come to 6 gold.
Okay. Um. Is there any ingredients here lying around that I can see that would maybe be hard for me to get from this, through the circus?
Can you repeat that, please? I couldn't hear you.
Are there any ingredients in this shop that I, maybe wouldn't have a good or an easy time getting through the circus, since the circus supplies my ingredients?
Give me an investigation check. You look around and, there's stuff that you recognize that you know you already have on hand, and other stuff that you don't recognize, but you're not certain what it is.
Okay, well, I can always come back. I'm just gonna get the books for now then. And I will
Wish I
hand
could
over
help.
the 6 gold.
I wish I could help
What?
with something.
You
just
can
out,
carry
just
my books.
yeah. I'm just saying, out of character. I wish Cotton had something he could do to help with this.
Oh. Well, he can carry my books.
Absolutely, he'll do that.
-6. Oh, wrong keyboard.
Although more likely, Flex would be carrying the books.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You carry all of you. You're pretty short.
Yeah.
He carries me. I ride around on his shoulders. Okay, that's all I wanted then. I wanted to take my books back to the circus and read before I have to get to work.
Okay, then we'll all head back to the circus.
Alright, you head off. Flex sits you down. Flex hurries off to make sure that Blank is still okay.
Cool. I'm gonna be in my wagon. That's the word I was looking for. I'm gonna be in my wagon, reading my new books. Starting with the fundamentals one's the newbie one. just to
Alright.
refresh and see if there's anything new in there.
Sounds like a good plan.
And if it's stuff I mastered, I'm just gonna skip right over it till I get to stuff that's kind of, maybe a little fuzzy.
What are the rest of you doing?
I think we were getting ready for like performing later.
Yeah, Bubbles is sunning herself on top of her caravan.
And Meryl had said that at tonight, well, at the next night's show, which for me it's tonight. Um, I could perform before the I could do my mentalism act. So I'll
Yes.
be working on getting ready for that.
Anyone else have anything they wish to do?
I do want to mention since Bubbles specifically called me out on how I haven't performed, I want to find her and just mention, hey, Meryl told me that I could have a shot tonight and um, do a little mentalism thing, like reading people's minds. Um, if you wanted to come check that out when you're not busy later.
Yeah, I don't know how all that would work at a party, but I'm curious to see you work. It's got to be better than your cooking.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
some of
hopefully.
my dishes were pretty good. And since we don't have a cook yet, I'm still cooking tonight.
Bubbles will gird her loins.
You eat
You
raw
need to just eat
anyways.
raw meat. I still have to
And
eat
I'm
this.
sick of it.
Maybe I should give you bardic inspiration for cooking.
Yes. God. Maybe we both should.
So do I have inspiration then?
Yes, you do.
All right. Noted. I'm ready to call it.
Are we calling it?
Well, I guess without flexing blank here, and we've done everything that we need to do. That we need to do
Yeah,
before the next
Yeah.
events. We can't continue on without them. We're gonna have to.
true.
Plus, I want to see if I can
Still
get.
better than nothing.
I want to see if I can get myself more comfortable with RPing the mentalism stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Selmy wants to, before we go to call it and go to bed, Selmy wants to try one of the new potions, because we're just skipping over the actual play and the actual circus part, right? We're just going to assume we had a show.
Yeah. So what
Okay,
I
well,
was,
after the show's...
what I was gonna do
Oh,
with the
sorry.
potion stuff is that for every let's say you have 5 hours to yourself of studying. Well, yeah, 5 hours yourself studying the book. You can attempt to do a new potion.
Well, did I have 5 hours between when we got back and when the show started?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Okay, I want to try a new potion then.
Because that seems like the only real fair way of doing it, instead of like reading a book and suddenly having all the potion knowledge. It's like, you have to study and practice these things.
Yeah, no, that's cool. What's my new potion?
What kind of potion are you interested in? It would have to be like a lower end sort of potion because you're studying with the basics.
Oh, shoot, I don't even know.
I mean, what are you trying to do? Something defensive, healing? Are you just trying to make a drug? What's your angle here?
Well,
Come on.
tell me, so I'd be trying to learn a new drug. Or maybe a new medicine.
Well, I mean, it's basically the same
I
thing.
mean, they're kind of one and the same. What?
That's what I was agreeing with you on that.
Oh. Is there some kind of a table I should be referencing
I don't
for
have
potions?
one. I don't have one on me. I need to look some stuff up. So that might be something
Okay.
actually to wait till next session anyway.
Okay.
Because people always do the unexpected, and it's like, okay, alchemy shop, books. Well, yeah, for the students, there's got to be a bookstore in there. Okay, I don't actually have all this information ready right now. Crap. But
Well, I did telegraph like a week or so ago that I wanted to go look for Grace.
yeah, yeah, but I
Yes, you
didn't.
did.
Yes, but I didn't realize that I was going to wander off and end up at the Obsidian Hall. It wasn't until you started giving the investigator all that information about the thing that the investigator was going to respond with, "Have you tried talking to the Obsidian Hall people about this?" So I didn't think to look for Grace was going to end up with getting any alchemy books. But yeah, so I guess it'll have to be
I mean,
until next time anyway.
come on, can you blame me? There was a bookstore, we had to go.
Yeah, I know. Well, it was actually a potion shop for the students, but there was a couple student books there.
That's true, you're right.